Karibuni sana to Kenyan Design Conversations. If you have been keen enough, you will notice that in Kenya there's a very huge skill set gap between good designers and average designers. Let me tell you, Maina, I have decided to address this by bringing you wale wazito wa industry to help us with dilemmas we budding designers have about upskilling. Dilemma yako ni kupata job, listening interviews, stories and mentorship. I got you. My name is Chantal Chendereta and I'll be your host. Sending so much love and gratitude to you, dear listener. Alidi can only hope to enjoy conversations zetu na uzipata informative, entertaining and inspiring. Pominos, kamilisha methali.
Methali njoo.
Siku njema. Siku njema.
Uonekana asubuhi.
Ukweli tu. Hiyo ni ukweli.
Tujui. In actual sense, siku njema inaonekananga ukiona RX nini confirmed, that ingine hatuwezi kataa wahenga.
RX, mpesa messages.
Ni siku njema kabisa.
Ushai receive do asubuhi?
Lakini ilikuwa ni mtu alituma usiku, so nilikuwa na message asubuhi. So technically siku receive.
Must be nice. Imagine waking
It's
up
nice. Ilikuwa 20 bob. But it was nice.
Tungesema.
A certain feeling of purpose. Unasikia yenyewe umeshika the bag leo. You have to chase the bag. Itakaa ni 20 bob.
Sasa 20 bob ulifanya nini ukapewa 20 bob?
I think ni mtu nilipea fare. Akasema atanitumia. Kumbe usiku ndio alikuwa anakumbuka.
20 bob. Mimi siwezi achia mtu ende na 20 bob.
Yeye mwenyewe ndiye alikumbuka, siku mwitisha, alikumbuka. Ndio maana ilifanya siku hiyo njema. Unajua there is something kuhusu wale watu wenye wanakumbuka kulipa madeni bila ukumbusho. Hao watu wanafaa tu wapigie makofi sana.
Oh my god, 20 bob ilikuwa deni. Mimi siwezi achia mtu ende na 20 bob.
Nilikuwa nimesahau. Sasa kuamka asubuhi ndio na RX 999 confirmed. I have received Kenya shillings 20. It was nice though.
Karibuni sana my dearest conversationalist to a bonus episode ya creative space yetu Kenyan Design Conversations. Your main conversationalist hapa, host wenu, product designer as well, Chendereta Chantal. Na kilichotuleta ni dilemma zetu na ni masaa za kuzisolve. Lakini ni dilemma zetu. You know how we do it. Today we're not doing that. We're just having a conversation with my co-host.
Karibuni sana. Leo discussion we see tuone what we can gather, our views. Tuone kama tunaweza peana matumaini.
Sasa uambie jina lako. Unasema ni celeb, wanakujua tu.
Nilikuwa fikiria nishakuwa celeb. Kidogo nimeitwa Uncle Pami. Anyway, kwa majina ya kitambulisho ni Minas Muronge. Majina ya kujibandika Uncle Pami. And then professional name Pami Designs. Majina ni mengi. Ateni tufike hapo until other notice. We continue getting more names. Kidogo usikie doctor para landlord Pami ama OCO Pami something. Tunaongezea majina tu along the way. But for now, to stick to na Pami.
Funny hata umesahau any product designer, but oh well. It's cool.
There is nikisema Pami Designs, nilikuwa nimesahau kuongezea ER hapo mwisho, so ni Pami Designer.
When was the last time you received no. Before we start this episode on a very sad note. Wiki yako imekuaje?
Imekuwa interesting in the sense that there are a few things mpya nilijaribu. Hazikutana tu vibaya. Nilikuwa jaribu tu kwa kitu and then kona okay. Interesting. Niko curious which things these are.
Unajisikia kutuambia?
Nazikumbuka kweli?
Surely.
Nazikumbuka?
Surely.
Ilikuwa just minor things. Vitu interesting.
Nikwambie design una sound sai. Una sound kama mse alichipoa si akumbuki majina zao.
Ukisema hivyo inakaa ni kama
It was just a question. Anyway, plus an opinion. My week was hectic. I have barely slept. Tunatafuta tu kazi, tunatafuta pesa. Zakayo is coming for our throat, so we need to.
Lazima
we need to find money to give them. So when was the last time you were rejected?
I think the last time nilipata a rejection from a potential employer, since niko sure tuongelee hizi zingine, ilikuwa sometime back, si kitambo, 2 months ama a couple of months ago. Ilikuwa the last time.
Actually naongelea every single rejection, every single. Kuna zenye hadi tuna like we apply, we don't even remember we applied, and then we end up receiving a rejection letter like 2 years later, you see. Every single rejection.
Hadi unashangaa uliapply, unajiuliza mko sure niliapply ama mna reject tu just in case nijaribu kuapply nijuange.
Inafanyanga ufilaje. Unajua we have all been rejected at a point. Mi nilireceive rejection letter yangu ya mwisho this last week, either Monday ama Friday. Leo ni Tuesday wadao. At the point we're recording this, today is Tuesday. Ilifeel aje? Well, it depends on like remember I told you ni vizuri we mention you are hopeful, right? So mimi hizi zenye sijuangi ama si keep track, those heartless because come on, we don't even remember we have. But at a point where probably unajua this hinayo tunafika at least technical interview or something, you see, and then wanakureject. And then the worst kwanza inakuanga places at least tumepita the first nini, and then unaenda the next, and then you don't get it. And then I really wish wangetuambia reasons, because most of the time tunashindanga hapa tumejiblame. Ushai in a relationship, right? And things didn't work out, but you just don't understand what happened, so you keep blaming yourself. That's how it feels for me.
Actually, kwanza you check the qualifications zimelistiwa kwa the job description. You see you're a perfect candidate. Una apply with a lot of hope. Maybe unapita the first stage, as you've said, then unapita pili. Kifika kwa the final one, a rejection email inakuja. Yeah, sorry. Unabaki ukishangaa. What was it? Was it skills, communication, ama ilikuwa nini? Mtu uji-question by the way.
During COVID period, companies from abroad were hiring. Like the world was on lockdown. Sindio? So at that point, haiko ina matter unatoka wapi, as long as you have the skills. Like, unfortunately for me, you ndo time mi nilikuwa na build skills. I'm not so sure about you, Paminas. Right now, as we speak, the world is getting itself back together. Meaning, history remote, it's not so much. So the market ya kupata kazi imereduce. Like, iyo span, iyo wide imereduce. So now you have to look for, most of the time, like remote companies haini chache. Watu wanatafuta wasi remotely ni chache. Yes. So inamaanisha sisi me and you probably wrestling for the same job right now. Juu sahi kazi itatuchukua ni hata kama ni remote, ni in our country, right? And if it's in our country, chances za kuzipata ni if you're in that specific county, right? Because wanaitumia elimination method.
Ama wanakuuliza whether you are ready to relocate or something along those lines.
Yeah, but kitambo wakuuliza if you're ready to relocate, wanakuanga wameangalia every viable candidate who's in their county. Then, unaona? Because honestly, tuseme niko Wajir right now, and nimeitwa, nimeapply kazi fulani Mombasa. And it's Wajir and it's Mombasa. Tambo tu watafeel ni naweza sema kuna possibility wanaweza feel ni kama watani inconvenience. So by the time they have to ask me that, then kidogo watu wa county yao hawafit. Unaona? But at times pia na feel no, maybe I don't know, I think it depends on the company. Maybe they decide to give everyone a chance. Uko Wajir ni sawa tu, umequalify, unaweza fika. Now that's the thing pia. If only things were just remote. Shida ni pia kuna watu wajui kuwork remotely. Unajua kuwork remotely.
Hiyo collaboration work remotely tumejaribu, we've done it. Actually, there's a time nilikuwa fanya internship remotely. At least ilinipea a sense of how remote working works. Mna schedule meetings, you meet, you discuss, mnapeana tasks, unafanya. During the next meeting, unasema what you did, how you did it. Yes, I think it is time we consider work remotely as an option. If in case ni kazi inaweza fanya remotely, mbona kampuni wasijaribu? Ama labda na wao pia wanaogopa mtu aanze kufanya kazi remotely and then kidogo hapatikani kwa meetings.
Niko karibu kuambia ujenge kampuni yako.
Maybe it is in the process.
Let me tell you, I have worked remotely since the COVID period.
How was your experience?
Remote working inahitaji some kind of discipline. Remote working si work from home or work from... It means wewe kujiwekea time ya kuwork. And in that time una work, hakuna kuwatch movie because no one's looking at you. Unaona? Hakuna kudive kwa hiyo kitanda yako tamu because no one's looking at you. You see? So, remote working inahitaji like a discipline which si inborn. You give yourself.
Ni something you...
Yes, you learn. You give yourself time, you trust yourself, you trust the process, and then you learn. You make sure wewe mwenyewe, you be true to yourself, right? So the reason mi penye nilikuwa, when there's a time we found remote interns na walitushow mambo. Ebu tell me your experience as a remote intern before niseme yenye mi niliona.
So my experience ilikuwa okay. Though kidogo availability ya my supervisor ilikuwa a bit limited. So there are many times nilikuwa najaribu kumtafuta for meeting, tuna schedule a meeting at the scheduled time, hapatikani, inabidi tumepostpone. So hiyo kazi inaenda drag on for some time. But my experience generally ilikuwa, nasema ilikuwa okay. Sababu ilikuwa mara ya kwanza kujaribu hata kufanya kazi remotely. Yeah, and I felt ikiwa sawa. I think kasema it's something interesting. Unaweza amka, you prepare, uketi kwa kiti yako ufanye kazi and you're done. You travel anywhere. But I'm curious, hii experience au intention uliyofanyia ni gani hii?
So you see how unasema ni hard kupata supervisor, right?
Yeah.
One thing about remote working is feedback haikuangi instant. So you're supposed to also be patient and find other ways to solve your problems before ufikiwe. So tell me you and I are working together, right? And you need something from me, but I am unavailable. Kuna possibility nimeka do not disturb. At least ni manage to work, right? So that means that I will not get notifications, I will not see your message. Na kani nimeka do not disturb for 6 hours. Hiyo si ni karibu 6 out of 8, 3/4 of the day, yeah. So the best thing inakwanga either find something else to do or find a work around that or find someone else to help you. You see? Lakini?
Yeah.
Okay, so interns tulikuwa nao remotely. Wow. Awako tu like
walifanya ama walikosa kufanya?
Walikuwa wanakuja meetings wakijisikia nini and then ni kama ongea wenyewe kwa wenyewe. So they started dropping off one by one. Shida ni ya watu ambii wameacha internship, they just leave. So si tumeassign watu tasks na hawako. Hizi tasks zinaenda, hazifanywi. These people don't show up to meetings. At that point, we are furious because the only thing we need from you in a day ni meetings. We're not there the whole day pamoja kwa ofisi. Kwanza kusupervise cha unafanya chenye haufanyi. Hey, it becomes very hard when this person goes out there, amefanya vitu amefanya na narudi ananiitisha referral. What do you want me to say? Madam, unataka niseme?
The audacity.
Unataka niseme nini? Na sitaki kukuchomea. Like, ungeuliza anyone else. Na mi sitaki kudanganya. Mi experience ulinipea ni horrible. Mi sizitaka employer mwingine apitie experience ulinipea, unaona?
Akapitie.
Guys, if you guys, these things come back to you. Kama umepata offer, whether ni job, whether ni internship, kindly treat the workplace with respect, whether ni remote or physical. Because kama, munajua kama, wanamuitanga beach.
Kamau.
No, karma.
I'm asking. Oh, sio Kamau.
Oh. Jamani. Kwani nikisema kama unadhani nimetoa? Sijasema kama. Nimesema karma.
We are sorry. You are.
Nisipoiweka unadhani naita Kamau.
Nikafikiria kama enda alikuwa intern.
Wewe wacha.
Kama wewe.
But these things come back to you.
Hebu ambia watu.
These things come back to you. You need to just, whether you like the workplace or not, just be respectful, be polite. See, you had teachers you didn't like. Ukweli ulikuwa unawatemea mate. Zii. Ulikuwa unamuavoid as much as you can. Sindio?
Ama pia kuavoid
but at a point where you guys need to interact, there's no way ulikuwa unamwonyesha madharau. Alafu kuna some unwritten rules za kuwa kwa kazi, right? According to my experience and yours. Well, what are some of those unwritten rules?
Before getting to the rules, on that point of karma or kama, there's something I've remembered. Wanasemanga what goes around malizia. What
goes around comes back around. Walisema sijui kuimba. Sasa msiniambie sijui kuimba, najua sijui kuimba. But that's it. What goes around comes back around, right?
Nilikuwa nisema what goes around is a circle.
Oh my God.
Yes, yeah.
But it's a circle ina come back around.
Yeah. Anyway, sisi wale we are right. What goes around comes around. It is still a circle.
It is still a circle.
So, as you were saying, election unafanya leo, even if your place haikufurahishi sana, you might still need it later for something. Ikwe into the last part imebaki, ndio kitu ingine succeed. So inaweza kuwa ni that one small part kama hiyo refer, hiyo kitu ndogo tu ndio imebaki, and then upate a very big role ama something very big.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Kwanza unajua design Microsoft hufanya background checks. We imagine unataka kuwork for Microsoft na Microsoft wamekuja kuniuliza what kind of an employee you are. My friend. Hey. This is Microsoft you're talking about. Hey. Guys, be nice. Be nice to people.
What do you?
Plus,
it never hurts.
Plus, my boss always says, penye una work, you spend most of your day there. The least you could do is just be happy with it. Otherwise, kudeliver itakuwa shida. Alafu,
true.
We've all done jobs that are not related to our career in one way or another. But trust you me, kuna skills unatoa huko na unapeleka kwa career yako. Tunaziitanga transferable skills. So kindly, people out here, you have a job, There's a job you don't like, you're going to this morning, look at the silver lining. What am I gaining from this, right? You have an internship you don't like, just do the same. Anyway, unajua tulirukadi kwa jobs na tulikuwa kwa rejections. This year. We were supposed to talk about unwritten rules za kazi. Abu ngoja kwanza. This year umepata acceptance ngapi? Like ile
acceptance.
Like umepita the first stage. Ni ngapi?
Acceptance ile umepewa ndio hii shika, ama ile tu acceptance stage 1?
Stage 1.
Hizo zingine
umefika stage 1. Chance hivyo.
Si mingi, I think hazijapita 10. Ama
si sorry.
Hazijapita.
Unaweza hesabu hiyo design. Mimi hata nikiinua my right hand haziwezi jaza those 5 fingers. It's bad for me.
Jaribu left hand. Labda left hand itajaa.
Kwenda. I see how, but rejections imekuwa mob. Plus, thing with rejections is, especially those that don't come with why you're not qualified, is we start blaming ourselves. At times, I was listening to this guy on YouTube. His name is what? Nimesahau, but he has a very good YouTube channel. Huwa anafanya redesigns, ana design male quiz. Nitawawekea hapo kwa description muangalie. He was talking to us about reasons wasi ukuwa rejected. Na hapo ndo nika-realize, by the way, it's not always my fault, right? Let's go back to the analogy ya relationship. You guys have been dating and then the other one just decides to end it. Hakuna signs uliona za kuwa end or nothing. You don't know if you're the one with red flags or they are. You don't know if they've been manipulating you or stuff like that, right? And atupatangi closure. Same thing with ni rejections. Atupatangi closure, so tunashindanga tukijiuliza ni mimi, what's up?
What?
But never in our heads does it occur if maybe it's the company that has a problem. Maybe pesa ya kuhaya watu ime run out. Naona. Ama maybe wamehire enough people already. It's not that you're unqualified, it's that they can't afford you at the point, right? Maybe
ile tulisema ya in a different county.
Maybe you're just not in their country and they found someone in their country. So ikwangi, but sometimes it's just your design suck. Sindio?
Imechukua a sudden twist. Nidhani hapo tuna-encourage watu, it is not them.
Hapo tunasema ukweli, atu encourage watu. We're just looking at facts from both ends. Maybe you're...
See kitu ati one side only.
No. Maybe your design suck. No. Or maybe they can't really seem to get your design process. Or maybe your portfolio is a little bit confusing. Kumbuka, okay, so you are a designer, right? Fanya portfolio yako ni kama it's a design project. Angalia your users. Your users in this case ni hiring managers or recruiters, right? Angalia what they might be looking for. And then uangalie pain points zao na uzi eliminate. So I was reading this LinkedIn. I seriously don't remember, but this LinkedIn message. Na ilikuwa inasema kitu kama recruiters huwa na kazi mob, right? Wanakuanga na tuseme
a lot applications.
Like tuseme like kuna mse alisema ampata 700 applications and out of that they only needed like one person. So imagine you're supposed to go through 700 applications and these portfolios one after the others inakaa vibaya. The first thing. The second thing, loading time ni mbaya. Loading time ni 30 seconds. Mse anasema it only takes 30 seconds for a recruiter to know whether you're legit or not. Just by looking at the homepage of your portfolio. So imagine hizo 30 seconds ni portfolio yako ina load. Kwanza kuna mwingine alikuwa anasema watu wa Figma loading period ni refu. If like mwingine pia alikuwa anasema if you're supposed to use Figma, make sure recruiter wako anatumia Figma pia. If you're supposed to use I don't know what tool, make sure recruiter wako ana. So take your portfolio as your own design project. Interview recruiters. Unaweza iweka hata kwa portfolio ukimaliza, but go interview recruiters, interview hiring people. Kind of like get to know their problems, like what makes them pass through a portfolio, or what do they look for instantly wakichukua portfolio and tailor your portfolio that way. But you don't have to do like primary research kwa ground, right? Unaweza fanya secondary research. Mapa Minas, unaonaje?
Before me, there might be someone mwenye anasikiza anashangaa, we mentioned primary research, secondary research. Kwa mtu anaweza fikiria primary research ni ile unaenda kwa primary school unafanya research huko. Unaweza elezea the difference between
you brought it up where waeleze. Si punishment by the way.
Sasa nilikuwa nimesema primary ni kwenda primary school. Sasa sio hiyo. Primary research ni ile you are doing the actual research when you are consulting people, whether through surveys ama interviews or something, like uko hapo kwa ground, you are taking in the research. Secondary research again si ya high school. Secondary ni unachukua research which has already been done, maybe imekuwa published online ama iko available at a certain source. You take the research from that part and you analyze it. So when Chantel is talking about doing secondary research on the interviewers, I believe inaweza kuwa someone has done research on the pain points interviewers have wakati wanafanya recruitment. And then from that you are able to see, ndio ujue your portfolio. Since sasa umeamua kuchukua as a design project, you ujue the pain points and how you will solve the pain points zao.
Thank you, Paminas.
Yes, back to what
I feel like nipigie makofi kwako. Makofi tena. So let's go back to this thing called closure. Right back to the analogy where mzee ame break up na sisi na hatshu. So the first few times it's usually painful, right? Mono mse ameniwacha, I do not believe in love again, sindio? But then the more you date,
never nasema you never ever ujikute na maana umerudi hapo tena,
alafu bado una fall head over heels,
rudi hapo tena with hopes 200% more.
So my point is, you say never ever, you go back, you get heartbroken, you say again never ever. Girls are ished or boys are,
they are agents.
Sisemi
agents,
yes,
from the dark side.
Miss your 80 agents.
Oh yeah. But at that point, you'll be having a lot of emotion.
But then the more unaenda through, you come and realize you don't even need closure. Unajikubali for who you are. And then you look into yourself and see kama kuna mistakes you make. And then you better yourself as a person, right? Me actually may happen to me in real life. Both in relationships and in my this history interviews. Yes. Like that's what happened. Like I kept applying. The first few times it was painful. Then as we went on, nikajikubali, nikajiangalia. So I call it retrospection or introspection, right? Nikaangalia what I'm doing wrong and how I can improve it. Jinsi naeza improve, and then I took the steps to. So sisemi nimefika, no, I'm still there, right? But that's what happens. So I don't need closure anymore. You reject me, sawa. Mi penye niko mi najijua and I am trying.
Yeah. Kweli kabisa.
Wewe umefika hapo?
Yeah, actually aja kuapply we advice ni vizuri uanze kuapply mapema hadi before ukuwe sure with your skill. So apply nilianza kitambo, then hizo time since una apply ukijua wewe hata nikubahatisha, una apply for a role inataka 10 years experience, this something wewe hadi 6 months hujafikisha, but you just apply, yani then unapata rejection, unasema okay, hata 10 years siko nimefika, but thank you for the rejection. So by the time so unafika ku apply for a role that you see at least you have a high chance, yes, bado there is a lot of hope juu unaona hii una qualify, but the rejection it doesn't hurt that much, if I may say so. Juu kutoka kitambo ulianza ukapata your rejections, then your time since unajua it's because mimi hata sijakaribia, labda aliona tu still in school, toa mbio, toa hiyo application, toa mbio, toa.
Let's talk about how that feels. The point where umekuwa hopeful mazi, like this is mine, like look at all, like umeka so much effort in it, and then this happens mostly after umepita stage 1, right? Umeka so much effort. And in my case, unakumbuka nikikwambia ninafanya contribution period ya internship fulani hapo?
Yeah,
I used to wake up. I used to I had to do things I'm not comfortable with. Like I had to go school to school because I was interviewing schools, right? I needed to teach the kids something. Like to come, what do they call it? A pilot.
Piloting phase.
I have to talk to people. I have to take rejections in a form of not rejected, like sawa tutakupigia, unaona? Kama hizo. Ama false promises, ama wengine sijui wananitreataje, wengine pia ni wazuri. And then from then I had to like create a curriculum, like in a way tunafunza watoto, and then now I teach them, and then I test them like twice. At that point I have used so much money. I am a broke person at that particular point. Like by the time nilikuwa namaliza hiyo period, I was so broke, Paminas. I was so broke because in it, transport, credit, nini, you see, printing out papers, printing kwanza karibu niosho, but anyway, you see. So at that point I was sure I had done my best, and so nasemanga do your best, let God do the rest, right? So unaweza imagine design nilifeel after nilikuwa rejected. I was so broken.
I can imagine with all that effort. Kwanza you're doing the legwork. I can only imagine. Yeah.
So you see, so as much as tunaenda up tumesema tunazoea, kuna zingine tu they still hit different. They still hit hard, right? Ukona experience ka hiyo, si ndio?
Yeah, actually I remember one. Nilitumia application na a friend ni apply, nika apply, and then like a month later nikaitwa interview, so an online interview. Nikafanya the interview well, and the interview was it was nice. Tuliongea vizuri interviewer, and then nikaambiwa I'll be informed if I qualify for the next stage. A few weeks later, naambiwa you can proceed now for a physical interview at their office. So for the interview, nilikuwa nimescheduliwa at I think 10 ama 9:30 am. Mimi kwa ofisi nilifika 7 I was there. Naona venye mnaambianga sijui atifika mapema, walk around. Mimi nilifika 2 hours ama 3 hours earlier. I was that dedicated. Alafu nafika naangalia tu, nazunguka tu hapo around the building. Then 30 minutes before the interview naingia kwa ofisi na Sasa naenda kungoja huko ndani for my interview time. Yeah, then from there tunafanya the last bit, the physical interview. From the interview unaona venye unaweza jifanyia some assessment uone I think it's going good. Hadi unakuwa very hopeful. Juu at the time tulikuwa tu watu watatu. So hadi interviewer by there ali to congratulate that hey, you have been among the top 3 out of like 100. So kusikia hivyo unasema yeah, it's about to go well, it's gonna be good. And then unaenda nyumbani 1 week unasema kosi ni venye hawananga haraka, labda ni venye inatakingi time 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Sasa hii ni karibu 1 year later na they respond.
Whoa.
So ya kwanza especially who hawa respond, it hits hard.
Yo, sorry. As I respond, now that's my problem. You see, I have kind of a little bit similar, and I've told this story before. You know, it usually looks funny. Anyway, so nimeitwa interview, right? Or you're a viable candidate, kuja interview. Wapi? Nairobi. Mimi niko wapi? Out of Nairobi. Nikawaomba if I can do this remotely, wakakata. They explicitly said they don't do remote work. I've even said this core episode ya Stephanie Kabi, but I didn't like say the story as detailed as I'm going to say it right now. See, I just had to go. Mi nimetafuta pesa, nimeita Harambee transport, nimeenda. So unajua, at that point, yes, I know people in Nairobi where I could crash, but it was kind of impromptu. Siwezi kupigia like leo jioni nikwambie nikwambie kesho na drop by unaweza ni host. Unaona, it's kind of weird. So ni sawa. I worked around it. You see, I'm very resourceful. I worked around it. Nilichukua a very late bus to Nairobi. Nikafika huko very early. Since I had nowhere else to go, I went to the offices directly. At that point, nimechoka, I'm exhausted, and you know, I'm dirty. Bahati mzuri, these offices, they had a bathroom that they let me use. Nikisema bathroom, I mean a bathroom. Bafu yenye iko na hot shower and all. Yeah. And since I had carried my stuff in my bag, nisikuwa na issue, oga, nika change vizuri, nikangara, nikika marashi. Huwezi jua hata nimetoka penye nimetoka. Wajiro, Turkana, wherever I am. You see, so nimefika. I am very early. In fact, I have breakfast with them. Wanapewa breakfast. So I have breakfast with them. And then again, I go chill. I wait for them to call me. Nifike huko. Nifike huko bado ni offer chai. Anyway, sikuchukua. I was full. I have my interview. And then I have my interview. But I think mi niliona yangu. They were there, but they were not there. They liked what they saw, but they wanted to see more. Did I have more? I wasn't so sure. So by the time natoka, nilikuwa 50-50. But I was still hopeful because I have done so much to get here, right? Iyo after, mi nimepark, nimeenda back to the bus. Naenda kubook basi, nirudi back to where I'm from, right? Back to the center. So, at this point, nimeambiwa usijali, huwa tunajibu within a week, so utapata response by Friday. My friend, weeks went by. But now the thing is, ulikuwa nataka kuimba.
10 months.
Kind of. It was like, I think 6 weeks. But me, by the time nilikuwa narudi, you see, the company nilikuwa nimeitwa, I had a friend who works there. So nilikuwa nimemshow, aniulize nione chances zangu ni gani. So by the time wananitumia rejection letter, Mimi nilikuwa nishaambiwa sijapita, apparently sijui kujitetea, which is okay. Nilikubali sijui kujitetea, so I started working on that. But the thing is, if I hadn't had it from my friend, or if I didn't have a friend there, ningeenda up nimejua 6 weeks later, na singejua reason, because hii email haikukuja na reason.
Ilikuwa ni the normal tu, the generic one. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Inakuanga template.
I think ni kama watu wakisoma mahali HR unakuwa hizi ndio templates tunatumianga, unachukua tu pa. Anyway, we don't know those things.
But let's talk about the feelings that go through someone when they get rejected, especially kama walikuwa very hopeful.
I think it happens in stages. Kama, if I'm not wrong, the minute you receive your rejection, ni kama unaanzanga na denial. Ni ukweli? Is it true? Though it's a short denial. Ama labda ametuma kwa the wrong email. Ukikumbuka vile ulikuwa umejitolea throughout the entire process.
Huwezi sema ni a short denial. Huwezi sema ni a short denial.
Short can be relative. Maybe ni a short years, a short few years.
But yeah, like we go through the grief process because it's something we lost, right?
And then denial, and then the next step inakuwa gani?
Kuna mtu anasemanga denial is a river in Egypt. I don't know where that came from.
You need research.
But kukata ku accept inaweza kuwa, I don't know, like hapana, si mimi. Big mistake, right?
Yeah, so after mtu umekani kama uko sure, like kuamini, like bado uko in shock. How? Then I think unaingia into the, don't know kama tuite questioning phase ama
unasema grief process gani? Next msi anaanza kujaa, mikianza kudon on them.
Ni rejection, my rejection process.
Oh, yours. Ebu, let me shut up. Pole.
Yes.
Next una question.
Unafanya nisahau nafikanga wapi.
Sorry.
Next una question, unajiuliza, wewe tunasema, is it me, is it them, is it my portfolio, is it, yani unajaribu kutafuta closure, what's the reason, but nothing is coming. Uko hapo tu, don't know what's wrong. And then after hapo saa, I think unaingia into a sad phase. Unakuwa sad ukikumbuka zile vitu tulikuwa umeimagine ukiingia kwa ofisi au ukifanya 1 2 3, then so inakuwa ngumu kuamini ati hiyo mambo yote sasa imeenda. Now you have to try again something else. But in the process ni tofauti for everybody. Hiyo ilikuwa tu ni
but nime notice it's kind of the grief process. Though unajua msee akifanya the grief process lazima apitie everything. So mostly you deny, you're in disbelief, right? But then as it starts dawning on you, this is not a mistake, they actually sent it to you, start becoming angry. Like una find mse wa kublame. Unaona, uko like, no, it's not me. Nilihata because of this. Or ni recruiter, yeye ndo ameconfuse, ama yeye ako na shida na mimi. Unaona, ama it's my fault. Like you can even get angry at yourself. Ama internet, unaona, ama sijui timing, unaona, like and then si kila time anga husho, like kwa nini hapa minas inakuwa suppressed, huwa na suppress.
I think unaifunika na hiyo sadness
Sasa hiyo questioning phase ulikuwa unaongelea kwa grief tunaita bargaining. So hapo unaanza kunegotiate for a different outcome, right? Unajiambia venye next time you will do better, next time I'm gonna do better. Unaona, hapa ndio nadhani watu waanza kutafuta closure. Unaona, unajipata uko like, okay, sawa, it's happened, let me ask for feedback angalau from them. Unaona, ama let me try reasoning with them, tuone if it's possible. Ukifeel ka kuna possibility wali make mistake, it's obviously when you I'm gonna use this again as an example. Ukiwa una date and you really want to be taken back, unaendanga kubagini.
Taken back,
unaendanga kubagini, unakuanga like, ona, I'll do better. Ni nini nilikuwa nafanya wrong? Just take me back. Unaona, and then after that you go into the sad phase. Hata tuspoita inakuanga kind of depression. Unaanza kurealize hii rejection ni real na hakuna kitu unaweza do about it. So unaanza kufeel some type of some sadness, some despair. Unaanza kujisolate. Vitu ulikuwa unafanya pia unaacha kufanya. Kama ulikuwa unapenda kufanya design critics, like you see, you go to other people's, like unaona wase huitisha feedback social media and you used to criticize, you just stop because una feel inadequate at that point. It does not make sense to you. Una experience feelings of emptiness, hopelessness. Unaitwa out na unaambia uko busy, lakini you're not. Unataka tu kukaa kwa nyumba ukule snacks zako pole na get unaanza kujisolate. But then eventually we get to accept the fate. Tunakubali, tunajiambia bedhe, this is real and so are those results. But kukubali haimanishangi kusahau, no? Ama kuwa completely happy. Inamaanisha rejection imesinking. Unaanza ku experience some sadness. Tulishaongelea sadness, but then again kuna kwanga na hiyo sadness bado, and then kuna some longing, like you still want it, but you still able to move on. Kumbuka umeaccept. But unajua grief, vitu nafaa kujua ni stages za grief. Kwanza si lazima kila mtu experience hivyo venye nimezitaja. Number 1, unaweza experience the third phase before the second, hivyo. See, it's not a linear process. Number 2, you don't even have to experience all the phases. And number 3, time inakwanga according to you and how you felt. Inaweza kuwa 1 hour. You can experience all this in 1 hour, right? You can also experience it in a week, or you can experience it in a month. You get the point.
Yeah. I think it's tunasema tu ni a process, ni tofauti for everyone, but I'd like to believe at the end of it all, the important thing ni ability ya bounce back and try much harder with improvement. Of course, if during the retrospection uone there was something you could improve, rudi tu ukiwa much more improved on that part, whether ni portfolio, presentation skills, ama whichever one it is. Rudi tu tena, jaribu, you never know. Najua cha muhimu generally in life ni the ability when you
get
are knocked
back
down
up. I was gonna ask you how you deal with it. Kushafika acceptance, what do you do? Mi niko na mechanism, but you, what do you do?
So after acceptance, what I normally do, I think I usually take a small break from applying, from trying things that require a lot of mental power. So nachukua a small break na I do something kitu yenye ni fun ama ni interesting kwangu. And then after that, si ulikuwa unafanya retrospection ama maybe utaifanya, ujaribu, you see if there is something unaweza improve, and then kwa the next thing una apply. At least unajua if pale nyuma nilikosa juu ya a certain case study haikuwa mzuri na nimeimprove. Most likely, hatuko sure, but most likely the next time sitakuwa nimefanya the same thing
True.
nilifanya
True.
pale. Basically, yeah.
Why?
So a break, then after a break, some improvements, alafu we try again with a lot
Oh,
of
wow.
hope.
You're very independent. Mi lazima tu ni I have a support system. I have to break down. I tell my best friend, and then there's this other person I also tell. So ni watu wawili. Sasa kazi yao ni kuni encourage. This is not the last time. This is not your end game. This is, you can do this. Ni tufanye aje. Nona. Anyway, at times unaona venye the examples I'm using today. Unaona, you break up with a girl or unakosea dem anatafuta madem, wanaenda wanamchocha, alifanya hiyo wallahi akafanya hii. So I have the same kind of system when it comes to my rejections, especially zenye zilikuwa like very heavy. Yeah, actually there are three. Yeah. There are three people. Watanichocha. Yeah, I'll end up feeling better after a while. Imagine it works. For me it does anyway. And then I practice mindfulness. I meditate. Simanishi for 20. Please do not quote me. I meditate. Real meditation. Like breathing exercises. Breathing exercises. Mbona hutaki kuamini? Breathing exercises.
Hebu taja one breathing exercise
unajua. Breathing exercise, you breathe in and breathe out.
Sisi zinakuanga na majina. Anga box in something.
I think you and I are talking about different things. Umesema hadi boxing.
See like boxing, the actual boxing activity. Kuna breathing technique. Sika nakumbuka vizuri, but inakuanga na a certain name, iko jina boxing hapo ama. So ni a technique ya breathing. Unafanya some things, una breathe in 4 seconds, una breathe out 1 second, una breathe out haraka.
Just for you. Let's just make this
meditation,
simple.
These things, the wise one there.
And YouTube ama Spotify, tafuta meditation guide. Then zingine hadi zinakuja na self affirmations. By the way, self affirmations ni important. Okay, so najua kuna msee anasikiza hapa anasema Gen Z. It's not about being a Gen Z, it's about having a clear mind and a good mindset. So ukiziangalia, you can, meditation inataka skill, inataka ulearn. So before you start, if you're a beginner, you can search guided meditation. Now kwa watu wako skilled, they don't need to be guided, they know what to do. But for beginners like us, we search for guided meditation. So Spotify you will find, YouTube you will find. So someone tells you what to do, gives you small instruction. But let me warn you, sai, ukitaka kufanya meditation, find a secluded place, a very quiet place, and kitu like, don't be like driving or something. Ukwe very still. No ukwe place hutakuwa interrupted. Aya, unaweza like Pamina samesema mimi hufanya introspection pia, nakaa chini najiuliza what if I was the hiring manager, what is it like, you just be honest with yourself. Kumbuka umejiita mkutano, so mkutano ni watu watatu, me, myself and I, so you, yourself and you. Don't lie to yourself or you.
Inaingia kwa you, yourself and you. Tuforce mambo.
Any job rejection, feelings of job rejection huwa tofauti. Design me who feel who experience, design permanence who feel who experience ni very different na design we who feel na who experience. Hopefully vitu tumeongelea hapa zitatusaidia, like zitawasaidia in one way or another, right permanence?
Yeah. Yes, zitatusaidia. Najua it's good to talk about these things. Nikisikia your experience, ukisikia my experience, get one or two things hapa na pale, and then pia as you said, support system ni muhimu, so I'd like to think having a place where you can talk about your experience, how you felt, what you learned, in a way ni kama
It is
ni kind of support, ni kupeana
keep
motivational
on
support, naambiana
as tunafunga
keep on
hii
keeping
episode
on.
permanence uko na parting shot.
Parting shots kwa all my friends out there wenye tuko busy tukifungua email. Ajua niliona meme ati mtu atafuta job anafunguanga email kuliko hadi venye anafungua WhatsApp. Yeah, so kwa marafiki yangu wenye ukiamka asubuhi ni email, ukikula
Wow.
ni email. It's going to get better. There is hope at the end of the tunnel.
Wow. I feel like umeniongelea but sawa. I think that's where we are right now.
Wow.
Yeah, my parting shot is yo, we can be your support system. We can so be your support system. Reach out to us on LinkedIn. Pamela sijakwambia. I revived my Twitter account.
Mm-hmm.
No. Ask which one.
Which one?
So there's a Twitter account I had in 2015.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I forgot the password. So I did not pursue it, right? But then it was from an email that I also created in the same year, 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So juzi, I was creating like another email, and I did in fact create another email. But then again, when I went back to like sign in, I had forgotten the email. So mini keka, the first thing that came into my mind, plus password. And guess what? Exactly, ni year 2015. So nikiangalia emails, napata notifications za Twitter. Meaning, I was on Twitter then. So kuangalia, I noticed this account. Hii account hata ina watu wengi. Like, I didn't even use it for like a month. So mi ni nani? Nafanya recovery account yangu ya 2015. Imagine that's the one I'm using sahi. Nilifanya tu jana. Anyway, hiyo yote ilikuwa kusema, you guys can find me on LinkedIn and Twitter. I will be leaving my nitaacha hata KDK iko Twitter. Tutaacha links kwa description. I am repeating this. My parting shot is, we can be a support system. Wechagua whether it's me or Paminas you want, or us both. But we can so be a supporting system. Usikufe peke yako. These things happen. They happen to us. Yeah, we get depressed. We get very sad. We get to a point where we feel like giving up. But we find ways to stand, to get back on our feet. Unaona umeanguka chini, simama, dust yourself up. Shakira usema nini? Oh God. But it's the same song. Ngoja. Pick yourself up, dust yourself, and get back on the saddle. Tuna assume you are riding a horse and you fell. So yeah. Our podcasts are on Spotify. Feel free to subscribe. Usihate episode yoyote, by the way. If you have any dilemmas you want tackled, any questions and feedback, wetushtue. Kama pia umeenjoy podcast yetu, kama kawa, kuna chance ya kuturate na kutupea review, usihate pia. Inatusaidia kugrow audience yetu na kureach wase wengi ka wewe. Plus, we're gonna be asking a question and a poll. We'll find a question, but there's gonna be a question and a poll. hapa tu kwa hii podcast, but then unaweza access when you're using mobile Spotify. Yeah, you can also rate us on mobile Spotify. Asanteni sana kwa kutusikiza.
Asanti.
Yeah, amazing things in a come your way kama kawa, na tuna hope tutaweza go through hii journey na wewe. Tupatane next episode.
Yes. Asanteni. Looking forward to seeing you for the next one. Tukiendelea tu kugrow soon and soon, sisi tutakuwa hapa, tutakuwa industry experts, tunaambiana unakumbuka zile siku, unakumbuka hizo siku, how we long for such days.
Tutakuwa tunaimba rewind.
So until then we keep on keeping on.
Sorry, until then
kabisa. Keep on
keeping on. Bye. It's a wrap for today's episode of Kenyan Design Conversations. Asanteni sana kwa kutusikiza and joining us on this journey of learning and growing as designers. We sincerely hope ulijinais na show and found it valuable. If you did, tafadhali bonyeza that share button, distribute it to your friends, family, colleagues when you benefit from this too. Also, usisahau kusubscribe, follow na kuturate on your favorite podcast platform. Tunajua designers thrive on feedback and we would really love to hear your feedback, questions and suggestions. Tunapatikana LinkedIn. Kwa sahi, just DM me. I will leave you my profile at the description. Once again, tunashukuru and we cannot wait to see you in the next episode. Until then, stay creative, stay curious and stay awesome. Bye.